What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and it's draft lottery coverage night, people. Man, it's been a very long day. Just putting it out there. Literally, just before I turned on the start streaming button, I just wrapped up like a bunch of editing for Russ and Brodes. So hopefully for their content, you'll be seeing those on their respective platforms. I know Russ is also going live with his draft lottery reaction. So we'll be fighting for views right here. But yeah, 2025 draft lottery, your Philadelphia Flyers, they have the fourth best odds. They have the fourth best odds for this draft lottery. And I guess before everything starts, realistically, we can go over what the odds are. We can go over where everything is most likely slated to be, because it's going to be a crazy time right now. So let's look at those odds, because they're saying it's supposed to start at 7, and they're actually like doing the draft process live. So I might as well like go over some draft lottery odds for y'all just to see where everything is wrapped up to be. So obviously the Flyers, they have the fourth best odds in this draft lottery. They have the odds for picking first and second overall, 9.5%. Their odds to stay at the fourth overall pick is at 15.4, and then their odds to move back in this draft are actually greater than they are to stay at 4. Their odds to move back to 5 are 44.6%, and their odds to move back to 6th are 20.8%. So realistically, if you're just doing the math right here, the greatest possible outcome is that the Flyers are not going to be staying with the 4th overall pick. They're either moving up or they're moving back, or with a stroke of, just boringness and no chaos, the Flyers are staying at 4, which I wouldn't mind at the end of the day. I'd be very disappointed that they do move back in this draft, but it is also a quote-unquote 6-player draft from all the draft experts, so you did guarantee yourself a top 6 pick. Now, I'll go ecstatic if you do win the draft lottery, and that'll just make my night even better. That's basically it. Oh, man. Oh my god. So we're basically just waiting for this draft lottery odds to happen, and we're going to be doing let's do a simulation right here on Tankathon. I'm not even sure if I can get it up for you guys right here, but I'm just going to do a simulation right here on Tankathon, and we'll see where we go. We'll see if we get the good luck, if we ruin the good luck, or we get the bad luck out of the way. So let me hit the sim lottery button right here on Tankathon. And the Flyers drop back 1 spot in the draft lottery on my Tankathon sim. So did I get the bad juju out of the way, or is that a sign for things to come? I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue. Oh, my God. God damn it, boys. God damn it, boys. I ruined everything. I ruined everything. I ruined everything. So, well, it looks like John Buccigross is talking right now on the draft lottery, so I might as well put my volume up just to listen to everything here. And like I said, they're doing all this stuff live. So I guess they're really trying to, like, debunk all the rigged stuff. So we'll see where everything goes. It's probably going to be a very long process until everything happens here. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long hour, because I think the game tonight is Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers. That's at 8 o'clock, so they're definitely going to churn out this hour until that game starts, 100%. But, yeah, we got some of the guys right here in the chat with me. Don, how you doing? I think the first overall pick goes to Chicago, Boston, or Seattle. That would suck. Seattle would be very milquetoast. I wouldn't care about Seattle winning it, but Boston and Chicago, that would suck. Also, rip to the St. Louis Blues. Wow, yeah, that game was fucking crazy. You had a lead the entire game. Winnipeg makes a comeback, and you allow the game-tying goal with a 1.5 seconds left, and then you lose in double overtime. That is a fucking kick to the balls, if I ever say so myself. My God, that was crazy. Even the Game 7 with Dallas and Colorado was crazy. Mikko Rantanen completely destroyed Colorado in the final 3 games. What did he put, like 11 points up in the final 3 games? 14 points? He was on a fucking tear. Jesus, that was crazy. Feel bad for Blues fans. St. Louis is the Blues, and now the crappy Cardinals to cheer for. Man, who's the Flyers representative in the draft here? Danny Briere, obviously. They're all on Zoom. Sean's already assuming we're picking sixth. I don't mind that. As long as the Flyers are in a position to grab Frondale, James Higgins, they'll be okay. Jake O'Brien is another center I like in this draft. He's being mocked around 10. Just don't drop usually when you're slotted is where you end up, but it is the Flyers. I expect nothing good. Eric, how you doing? I want to give a shout out to the Phantoms winning. Oh yeah, the Phantoms, yeah, they're up 2-1 against the Hershey Bears with a chance to win, I believe, the series on Friday. If I'm not mistaken, the Phantoms have actually looked pretty good in the playoffs. They actually have looked pretty good. David, do people actually know these kids? Frondell was awful this week in the under 18s. I don't want him anywhere near the Flyers. Great night for Amadeo. Flyers dropped the 6, and they announced Tackett as the head coach. Sean, don't put that in my fucking existence here. Don't do that. Don't do that. ESPN blows. Leia Hextall needs to be there. Damn it. Man, now we got Bucci Gross talking to Gary Bettman here. I'm not going to share the audio with you guys here because I'm not taking any copyright risks, so not doing that. Not doing that at all. My God. Hershey Bears lose their coach. Do they get a look at the... Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Danny Briere does his due diligence here. Boy. I dropped cable because it was getting too expensive. I'll be relying on me to listen. I appreciate that, Tyler. YouTube TV is actually a good alternative. Kind of is. And now they're showing the Calder Trophy finalists. This is going to take a little bit to get to the even process of this draft lottery. Jesus Christ. They're 100% milking all this shit out. An event where Bettman doesn't get booed. Who do I want as the Flyers head coach? I want Ferschweiler. I want Ferschweiler from Western Michigan. That's who I want as the head coach. Because if you look at the stats from Western Michigan in general, before he was hired to after he was hired, the drastic changes in that program, it's crazy. Illegal TV is the best TV. So what? What else is there? So there was also news that David Carl from the Denver head coach that a lot of people wanted to, including myself, even though I wasn't expecting him to choose the Flyers. Well, he just signed a multi-year extension to stay in college with Denver University, and I think it's at least 7 digits, so he's making a living there. He didn't have to leave the college ranks. He has a very successful job down there, or over at West Coast with Denver University. Has won a couple of national titles. He's probably going to be the USA head coach for World Juniors for a very long time to come. He's got a good gig. I understand why he wouldn't want to move his family for something that's not guaranteed to be long-lasting in the NHL. Joey Merlino for head coach. Now, here's the thing. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to win the draft lottery. I am fully prepared for this team to drop back in the draft lottery. But if the Flyers do end up winning this draft lottery, who do you pick? Do you go with Schaefer because he is right now sounding like he's the consensus #1 overall pick? And you also got to understand, because this team needs a lot of things. They need the 1C, they need the 1D, and they need the 1G. And I do think they might have the 1G in the pipeline with the kid over from Russia, but that's still like at least 3-4 years down the line. And a #1 defenseman is just as important as a #1 center. And you have a chance to possibly draft the #1 defenseman. Do you go with Schaefer if you get #1, or do you go with a forward? The Canadian feed is using ESPN for the broadcast. That's actually kind of sad. That is actually like Sportsnet. I guess because ESPN is doing this entire thing, and I think, are they at the ESPN studio? No, they're probably at the ESPN studio. If they don't get the top pick, Chris is gonna be. Oh yeah, Chris is 100. But Chris has been calling the entire day on Twitter that the Flyers are winning the draft lottery. Ugh. I don't fight with those demons. I don't fight with those demons. No, Torts did not become an assistant coach with the Rangers. He did not join Mike Sullivan, even though that was the rumor from from the ESPN reporters, not true. Not true. Not happening. You would go with Misa number 1, so you just want the center that badly, you take the center number 1, which I wouldn't mind. But I also wouldn't mind them going Schaefer, because this team also does need a number 1 defenseman. Keith Jones said if he can get a top defender, oh yeah. I definitely would believe that if they have a chance to draft a defenseman with the first overall pick, I wouldn't be shocked if Keith Jones drafts them, a defenseman. Would not be shocked. They're seriously going to draw out this entire thing. Where did the Flyers pick regarding the Colorado? Right now, we don't know, because it still has to be determined what happens with the second round of the draft. Oh, they're starting the draft lottery right now. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, God. They're doing the draft lottery process right now. Oh, God. This is terrifying. Said I got the guy with the briefcase and the ping pong balls. Now, guys, I'm watching on YouTube TV, so don't spoil anything. It's going to be delayed. Oh, God, we're starting the process already. Oh, Jesus. Gonna slowly through all the process of putting each individual ping pong ball in the machine. Get something ready to throw at my television? I'm watching on my computer monitor. I'm not breaking my computer monitor. Who's my pick between the Panthers and the Leafs? Panthers. Panthers. Panthers in like 6 or 7. Maybe 7 just because it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. But I do think a healthier Panthers team is better than Toronto. I did watch the Blues-Jets game. That game was insane. That game was insane. It was crazy. So how many ping pong balls are they putting in here? Jesus Christ, 13? Is there 14 ping pong balls? What the hell? There's 14 ping pong balls? Jesus Christ. Uh, 30 seconds to the next ball. What the fuck? The clock's counting down. Oh, this is terrifying. This is actually more terrifying than the cards. This is actually more terrifying than the cards that they would just normally show. My God, this is actually more stressful. If the Flyers have a chance to draft a goalie, you should always draft a goalie at least once a year. Never can have enough goalies in the prospect system. Oh, drawing the first number. First number is number 7. Number 7 is the first ball. I don't know what that means. Wow, the Flyers' percentage actually got better with that pick, and Nashville's didn't. What? Flyers' percentage got better. They went up to 12.9%. And it went up to 12.9%. What does that even mean? It went from 9.5 to 12.9. I'm scared now. Because Nashville's didn't move up at all. So Calgary already got eliminated from moving up in the lottery. Oh my God, this is actually nerve-wracking. Here comes ball number 2. What number is that? 11? How does that affect? So 7 and 11 are the first 2 numbers. Why am I getting nervous? Flyers move back. Okay, now instead of 12.9, they're down to 12. They're 10.6%. Same thing with Seattle. They're at 10.6. Nashville moved down to 9.1. Oh, Detroit got eliminated from moving up. So all the teams that are below the Rangers got eliminated from moving up. Why am I getting nervous? Look at all the GMs on the freaking Zoom call. 8 seconds until the ball 3 is dropped. I wouldn't be shocked if Seattle won it. It would be very milquetoast, but I wouldn't be shocked. Ball number 12. Who has number 12 in this 7, 11, and 12? Who has that combo right now? Flyers raised to 18.2%. What the fuck? Oh no, Pittsburgh's at 18.2, New York's at 18.2. Oh my, and Chicago's at 18. There's 4 teams at 18.2%. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Boston got eliminated and the Flyers need a 4 or a 6. A 4 or a 6. Guys, we need a 4 or a 6. Pittsburgh needs 1 or 10. Of course they go to fucking commercial. Of course. Why am I so stressed? Of course they're going to commercial. Yeah, Flyers need ball 4 or 6. The Blackhawks need ball number 9 or 14, and I think Pittsburgh needs 1 or 10. Well, here's the thing, Sean. If Chicago wins this lottery, they can't draft first overall next year because they won the Bedard sweepstakes, and they would win this one. So you can't, and now with the new draft lottery rules, you can't win more than 2 times in a 5-year span, so that would rule out Chicago drafting Gavin McKenna next year. So that might be a good thing. Even though I would hate Chicago winning it, that might be a good thing. But it's going to be the Penguins. Watch it be the Penguins, because it's the NHL. Watch it be the Penguins. So the Flyers need a 4 or a 6. Why not give each team a Kentucky Derby resource? Oh man, guys, why am I so fucking nervous? This is so stupid. This is so dumb. So there's a 3/4 chance the top pick goes to Philadelphia, goes to Pittsburgh, Philly, New York. Yeah, those are the teams with the best odds right now. It doesn't mean that they're guaranteed to get that. They just have the better odds. It could 100. It does say Boston's eliminated from getting the first pick, so Boston's not winning it. Guys, I am like terrified. I have no idea what is happening. Yeah, if Pittsburgh wins this draft lottery, it is going to be mayhem. It is going to be mayhem. How are they going to screw the Sixers up too? That'd be funny. That would be funny. Draft lottery continues in 45 seconds. My God. Who would you rather the Sixers get? Oh, the Flyers. The Flyers to get the number 1 overall pick. What the hell? The Sixers. They've had so many top picks that never worked out. Oh my God, this is nerve-wracking. Can it please just a 4 or a 6? The 4 or a 6? A 4 or a 6? A 4 or a 6? A 4 or a 6? 10 more seconds until the draft lottery continues. 10 more seconds. Guys, why am I so nervous? Why am I so nervous? Okay, now they're going to continue the draft lottery. So San Jose, Chicago, Philly, Seattle, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and the Islanders are the only teams that can win the first overall pick now. Because they're going to do this first overall pick lottery, then they're going to do the second overall pick. So there's 2 different lotteries that they got to do. Islanders need a 5 or a 13. Pittsburgh needs a 1 and a 10. Philly needs a 4 or a 6. And Chicago needs 9 or 14. Buffalo needs 2. Seattle needs 3. And San Jose needs 8. We need a 4 or a 6. 4 or a 6. They're starting the clock right now. My God, 30 seconds that we gotta wait now. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not gonna open the Twitter. You guys are not gonna spoil me. I'm putting my hand over here to guard the chat. Jesus Christ, it's gonna be the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's gonna be the Pittsburgh Penguins, or it's gonna be Seattle. Pittsburgh or Seattle. That's what I'm calling right now. Because we can't have good shit with Pittsburgh in draft lottery luck. 4 or a 6. 4, and here comes the ball. 13. Who gets 13? Who's that? Who's that? Well, it's not Pittsburgh. It's not. Is it the Islanders? Who won it? Was it Chicago? I don't even know who that number was. The Islanders. The Islanders jumped 10 spots to win the draft. Jesus Christ. God damn. Now they're going to be doing the second draw for the second overall. So the Flyers have. So in this instance, if the Flyers don't win pick 2, they already move back to pick 5. They've already dropped back a spot if they don't win this second lottery. Oh, now it's time for them to do the second lottery. Chris is crying. Oh, yeah, he hates the Islanders. He hates the Islanders. He hates the Islanders. This is a good torture technique. Oh, yeah, I'm fully prepared for the Flyers to move back to the 6th overall pick. I'm fully prepared. Is this the Islanders' first overall pick? It could be. No. They selected John Tavares first overall. They got Tavares. He was the first overall pick. So the first number was 1. The second number is a 5. And now they're just going to do this entire thing without showing the odds for the second overall pick. Yeah, they got John Tavares in like 09, I think it was. Up here comes the third ball. It's number 12. Well, of course, now they're doing all these interview processes and not even going over the odds for like the second overall pick. So we have no idea. You're not going to be able to trade up in this draft into the top 5. That's not going to happen. Can't believe the Islanders moved up 9 spots to win the lottery. That is crazy. This is so terribly done. Just this broadcast I'm not even talking about the draft lottery process. I'm talking about the broadcast. Oh, the Flyers are eliminated from winning the second overall pick now, so Flyers move back most likely. Flyers most likely just moved back to 6. Wow. But and the Penguins are eliminated from moving up. And now, so it's either gonna be San Jose, Chicago, Nashville, or Boston. So if San Jose, Chicago, Nashville win the second overall pick, Flyers stay at 5 because no team jumped them. So if you don't want the Flyers to move back to 6, you need Nashville, Chicago, or San Jose to win the second overall pick. I mean, I'm fine with 5. Like, 5 isn't the worst outcome in the world. I'd be annoyed with 6. It's basically if Boston jumps you. That's what would be the annoying thing. You just can't have Boston jump. So if it's Nashville, Chicago, San Jose, the Flyers stay at 5. I don't know whose number that is. I wasn't paying attention to the odds. Did someone jump? Did someone just jump? Did someone else, like, from far below just jump? Who moved up? The Utah Hockey Club moved up. They moved up to the 4th overall. Jeez. So now the Flyers are picking 6th. Joy. Of course. So now, since Utah can't move up more than 10 spots, San Jose automatically gets the 2nd overall pick, and Chicago gets the 3rd overall pick. But since Utah jumped, they get the next best pick, which is 4. So now the Flyers fell to 6. That's bullshit, man. So the Flyers pick 6 now. That is so stupid. Flyers move back to 6. Yeah, the most likely outcome was the Flyers moving back in the lottery. That was the most likely outcome, the Flyers moving back in the lottery, and it happened. It happened. They got the worst of the pool. It's the 6th pick in a 6-player draft, Sean. It's a 6-player draft, but you're basically picking the last of the 6 players. So you're not getting like a bunch of them. You have to pick from whatever the teams don't choose. I hate this stupid league. Yeah, Danny's not going to be able to move up in this draft. It never happens. Especially if you have a team like the Islanders winning the 1st overall pick. They're not going to trade away. Same thing with Utah. They're not going to trade it away. Who's the 6th player? I see top 5 consensus. It's a 6-player draft. It's Schaefer, 1, Misa, Porter Martone, who's a winger, Hagens, Frondell, and I believe it's Deone. I think that's the player. I could be very wrong about that. Let me just look at the tank, because the tank, really, there's only one place to look at the prospect rankings. That's Tankathon. Yeah, so it's a 6-player draft. Schaefer, Miza, Martone, Higgins, Frondell, and Deoné. And there's always a chance that one of these players drop, because if you think of somebody like a James Higgins, his stock has his stock can fall because a lot of people are not high on him as they used to be. So his stock could definitely fall to the Flyers. You never know, but Deoné is the 6th player. Yep, here's the official. So here's the official draft lottery. Islanders 1, San Jose 2, Chicago 3, Utah 4, Nashville 5, Philadelphia 6, Boston 7, Seattle 8, Buffalo 9, Anaheim 10, Pittsburgh 11, Rangers 12, Detroit 13, Columbus 14, Vancouver 15, and Montreal via Calgary is 16. Or Calgary via Montreal, I forget which is which. Well, Nolan Patrick wasn't a bad player. He just got unfortunate with the concussion series. Concussions ruined his career. Can't really blame that. Well, that's the draft lottery, boys. Oh, that was fucking anticlimactic. Even though I was fully prepared for them to move back 2 spots. Hey. Well, that's annoying. Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's not fucking annoying. Hey. Yep, now it's time for Maple Leafs and Panthers. That's in another half hour. I honestly thought they were going to drag that out even longer. Honest to God. Nolan Patrick should never have been drafted. Jeez, that is a hot take and a half. Yeah, there was a group of it wasn't for drafting Cale Makar. A bunch of the Flyer scouts wanted to draft Heiskanen, but Hextall overruled them because Hextall didn't listen to the scouts. So they weren't saying Patrick was a bad player. They just preferred Heiskanen. Yeah, the Flyers wanted Heiskanen. Well, the Flyers scouts wanted Heiskanen. Yeah, the NHL needs to do this draft lottery process better. They definitely need to figure it out. Man. And Russ is still live talking about his stuff. Man. Man. Alright, I'm just editing the title. Oh my god, I can't spell right now. Oh, my cat's angry. She's mad. What? Why'd you randomly meow? She meowed. Are you not happy about the draft either, Shoko? Are you not happy either? Are you not happy either? Here, come on. Yep, here she comes. Here she comes. She's gonna express her anger. Are you mad? Are you mad too? Are you mad? Yes, you're mad. You are mad. And there she goes. There she goes. Bonk. She is mad. She is mad that the Flyers got screwed over in the draft lottery. She is mad. Man. Man, that was anticlimactic. That was anticlimactic. So anticlimactic. That little girl. What the? Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else? Is there really anything else to talk about? No, I don't think there is. Oh man, that's annoying. Yeah. She just wants attention. She wants attention. Especially because her brothers don't let her downstairs. They always chase her. She's being bullied. She's being bullied. She's being bullied. Let's see, what else is there? Well, no. Time to, I guess be very annoyed the rest of the night. Very annoyed. Tanking means nothing. Tanking gives you absolutely nothing. So, what's the point of even tanking for Gavin McKenna? Probably a team ranked 11th is going to win it. So, that's annoying. But, I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. So, we'll see where everything goes. Back tomorrow for Phillies. Joy. I don't even know when the NBA's doing their draft lottery. Watch the Sixers get screwed over. That's enough. No. And she's knocking over my water bottle. She's knocking over everything. Jesus Christ, Shoko. The hell, man. The hell, man. Yeah, what? And there she goes. Annoyed. I'm annoyed. Just trying to see if there's anything else on Twitter. It's mostly people being annoyed. Mostly people being annoyed. Someone says last time the Flyers picked 6, it was Peter Forsberg. Well. yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'm just annoyed. So, thanks guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that stuff. Don't forget to do all the other usual amenities that are down below. That was a very annoying night. So, never get your hopes up for anything with Philadelphia sports people. Never do, because the sports gods will always screw you over. They'll give the boringest team like the New York